there, welcome to another episode of Fearless and Free TV. Today is April 14th, 2020, and I am bringing you a message from Archangel Michael. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be reading this to you so that you can ingest it without my interpretations, and maybe I'll have a few words to say at the end. Good morning, dear one. This is Archangel Michael, protector of truth and freedom, guardian of the light. Yes, as you have seen, and as the guardians of light and earth have asserted, humanity as a whole is at a choice point. Many have become so blinded by money and fear they cannot see clearly. They can only see what is being placed on their platter in front of them. A limited choice of tasty nitbits, carefully knitted bits of information to satisfy and whet the appetite, yet never fully accessing the buffet. Then there are others who have vetted the buffet and ravaged it, only finding the rotting and rotten parts. This ravaging and only seeing the darkness and disease makes them unwell, emotionally and spiritually, and sometimes mentally and physically. Remember, there are two extremes, and on both extremes there is unwellness. On one side the mind is rotted by greed, and on the other side the mind has gone mad with fear. Stay fluid, stay balanced, look at the full spectrum of light and dark. See the entire buffet and choose what to partake of. Stay above the fray and stay in love, without fear of looking at the whole show. As you know, some of the most sound minds, hearts, and spirits of humanity also see the show and are creating movements to release the disease, rot, and waste from the buffet of Earth's present experience. Trust, dear one, that we, the guardians of light, are with you, doing our best, all we can to assist this process. We are working in cooperation with human beings strategically placed in all the best places. Like you, they are being consciously guided to see beyond the veil of deception and given carte blanche access to behind the scenes, behind the curtains, and see the whole game being played. No one human being is given all of it. You are all required as one human entity, as a tree with many branches, to work together as one whole. When each of you, the light leaders, bring your knowing together, there is the magic needed to create a new reality. Yes, Trump bringing together all the top spiritual leaders to see and find a spiritual solution is exactly what is being called for. Not religion, spirituality. This moment in time is a spiritual evolution, as you know. This is the ascension process for those who choose it. You ask, what if this doesn't work for your family and those you love? I'll end up going down the dissension track. No, dear one, we cannot afford humanity to continue down a false narrative. This is about humanity taking back its power and proving that love and light can prevail in even the thickest fear and darkness. They have painted a very clear picture of the dark world they want to create, they being the dark drivers. But that doesn't need to be so. It was just placed on a platter in front of humanity so that you cannot see the other possibility. Notice how all the movies and entertainment only shows the future of violence and fear. That is because they want you to believe that is normal, that human beings only know how to drive themselves into dissension and dissent. All of that is a lie. It is an implant in the minds and hearts and prevents you from knowing your full power and potential. You were all created in the likeness of God, all capable of creating a beautiful new world, all filled with light and the embodiment of love. That the full power of the human heart is what the dark side fears most. The last thing the darkness wants is for human beings to see their own light. They will push hard as they can to keep human beings in fear and darkness, to keep human beings from waking up and remembering who they are. This is why so many of you now are being called to come out of your quiet spaces and speak the truth. To speak the truth that you are all love embodied, and worthy of so much more than you are being presented. Yes, exposing yourselves is uncomfortable. Naked truth, full transparency isn't easy, and the backlash is difficult for the delicate mind to take. Some will retreat back into the safety of their own minds and hearts, watching quietly while the story unfolds, holding the light for the better, truer world to evolve. Some will get sucked back into fear and the illusion that it's safer there. Some will sit quiet, unaware of the game being played out around them, while holding and beholding love and light for the rest, and choosing to stay calm and quiet in the storm. All are playing their role as part of the unfoldment process. Where is the balance for those who feel called to speak? The answer is to speak from the heart, the higher heart, the heart of hearts. Take the mind out of it and touch hearts. Remembering this is from your heart to theirs. Remind them to love rather than fear this great unfoldment. Remind them the truth of who they are. This great awakening is about remembering that each of you are love embodied, to be love, to spread love forward. That is how you all ascend together. That is how we are doing it, and ask that you be that as well. So be it. So what I was getting from this message is to remember that self-love is really what all of this is about. This is about each of us remembering to love ourselves unconditionally, not the way the world has taught us how to love ourselves, but to love ourselves the way infinite love loves us, as we are all embodiments of that. And to be love, and remember that self-love is what spreads forward. So first be that love within ourselves and then spread that forward. Yes, we can share what we are seeing happening in the world around us, and at the same time remember to do it in a way that is so loving and so pure that people can hear it and see it for themselves, and find the love and the light within themselves, because ultimately that's why we're here, right? Those of us who are light workers are here to hold our light so high that others can see their own light, and to be such loving evidence that people can't help but find love inside themselves. Because if we're going to change this world from a fear-based reality to a love-based reality, it requires all of us remember the loving essence that we are, and that love transmutes all fear, and light transmutes darkness. They simply cannot exist in the presence of love. So be love first. With that, I say farewell, and I will see you in the next episode.